Wow, what a week. Last week, from Tuesday to Sunday, I got to spend 5 days up in northern Wisconsin just connecting with nature and diving into a lot of the areas that I haven't yet had a chance to explore, primarily hunting and fishing. Now, to rewind a little bit, back in episode 86, I talked about a new friend that I had made this past summer, Stephen Jenin. Now, the origin story starts at gymnastics way back in around the beginning part of June. But within the last 3 months, we've grown our friendship. We've done several different things as a family. And a few weeks ago, he invited me up north to go hunting and fishing. Now, if you knew me personally, and if you know a little bit of the podcast, because I do talk about it, I have never really hunted, and I've never really been a good fisher. I've tried fishing many times, but up until last week, I was a 37-year-old fishless man. And that always really bothered me. I've been trying for about 3 years. The kids and I go out and do it, and we fish, but we have never caught a fish. Even the kids have never caught a fish with me. So it was a little bit hard for me to say yes to go up north because, one, it didn't really match who I was. It's kind of like those moments where identity crisis of guys like me don't go hunting and fishing because I've never done it. So I probably should either keep doing what I've always done or say yes to something that's going to help me grow, help me understand, and just help me dive into an area that maybe I'm a little bit insecure about. And so I said yes, went up north, and it was absolutely amazing. Being out on the lakes and just fishing for hours on end. We probably fished 30 hours over the course of 5 days. We were fishing in the afternoon, fishing out till like 9:30 at night under the stars, just looking up, seeing the center of the Milky Way galaxy, just knowing that everything is still, the water, everything was just how it was supposed to be. And even going hunting, we were up grouse hunting, and I've never been grouse hunting. I've never shot at a bird. I did shoot at a bird, did not hit the bird, but I did get a shot off, and I felt like I executed it properly, just didn't get a target to acquire and hit the bird. But in this whole process, I feel more connected and well-rounded as a man. I feel more capable of doing other things that scare me. In just 2 weeks, I'm getting on a stage in front of 100 dads to talk about who you see in the mirror at Stay at Home Dad Con. These are things I've never done either. And just like the hunting and the fishing, those were things I had never done either. And by growing into those areas, learning them, and importantly, having someone to help. I can't thank Stephen enough because he was patient. He was always willing to explain, and he answered about 1,000 questions that I had about everything from fishing, like why these lures work, why these lures don't work, what's the nuances, hunting, the craft of hunting. Like he had his hunting dog out there. Why is the dog doing different things? How to work with the dog out there. Lots of different questions, but he had the patience to lead me through that exercise and grow. And now I feel even more excited to try again next time. I'm excited to take my kids out fishing because now I have more knowledge. I've caught some fish. I know some of the basics more than I did before. And that idea of asking for help was one thing that really cemented throughout this whole journey because I didn't know a lot going into this, but I was open to receive help and I was open to understand what someone else knew and try to incorporate what that other person knew into my life so that then I could incorporate it and pass it down to my kids. And this is a component that I don't always get right, and most dads don't get right, is these moments where we do feel insecure and opening up and being vulnerable about those moments and asking for help. And we can talk about being a dad. We can talk about being a good leader at work because that's what the podcast is about. But I want to challenge you that if there's these areas that maybe don't have anything to do with business or fatherhood, that you maybe aren't really good at, but you wish you were. Maybe it was something that just kind of never had time for, like hunting and fishing. It was just something I never grew up with. Those moments, challenge yourself. Find someone that probably does know. See if you can join them and see if you can learn something and grow in an area that maybe you have known nothing about. Because let me tell you, after 5 days up in the woods, I feel more whole as a person to go through the next year and anything else that comes my way, and even 2 weeks in the future when I'm on stage at Stay at Home Dad Con. So remind yourself to be invited into these things that you aren't always open to, but that maybe you need to. And maybe, just like me, who needed that push into the woods to grow in an area that I had no idea what to do, but grow into it to understand what I was missing and then even enhance it going forward. And this episode would not be complete without a special thank you for the entire Jenin family, because it was not just Steven, it was his mom and dad, his wife and kids, and all of them showed me an amazing hospitality that really just made the whole experience that much better and gets me excited to be able to do things like this with my own family and understand how important family really is. That was something that came through the entire 5 days. And so with that, thank you again for everything that you've shown me. And I can't wait till the next time we can do it again. And I'll be back again with you guys tomorrow.